there's no tomorrow. Wicked on the night, don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about it.
Yo, what's going on guys, Reese here and welcome back to another video guys. So I know I didn't upload for 2 weeks as I was away on holiday, and I'm actually surprised I gained about 4 subscribers from not uploading, so that's either a good or a bad thing, I don't really know. It's a good thing that I gained, but it's kind of a bad thing I didn't actually do anything, but it's also a good thing at the same time. But anyway, for those who are interested, my holiday was actually quite good. I did enjoy it. There was a few downsides, but most of it was an upside. I basically flew into San Francisco. I basically left early morning Irish time and then arrived there about in the 3 o'clock in the afternoon American time, because there's loads of different times, but anyway, San Francisco time. So I basically spent the day about San Francisco, didn't really do much. I think actually, what did we do on the first day? We just went shopping. Yeah, that was about it. And then on the next day, the day I woke up, I went on a tour just around San Francisco. We went to see the Golden Gate Bridge. We went to see that there park where apparently it's all been like planted by man. There's about like 2,000 trees in like this forest, and it's all been planted by man. And it doesn't actually look like it's been planted. It all looks like real. But yeah, so I was only in San Francisco for, you could say, about 2 days. Then I caught a plane and went over to Hawaii. I don't actually know if I said to you guys that I was away in Hawaii, but yeah, I was away in Hawaii for majority of the holiday, about a week and a half to 2 weeks. And I first went to the Big Island, which it's got, well, I just call it Kona because that's where I flew into it. It actually has no name, it's just called the Big Island, which was actually the last island, just like for a geographical fact, it was the last island to actually come out of the ground under the sea. And basically, I went there just to see the volcanoes, did a helicopter ride around it, seen the active volcanoes, seen the lava, and one of the 2 volcanoes that are left active on the island, one of them is 30 years overdue, so they're expecting an eruption of terror and horror. So after I was in the Big Island for 4 days, I flew over to Oahu. Now, if you're going to go to Hawaii and you're more like that there person who would rather lie on a beach and basically just sunbathe, don't really go to Oahu. Go to like somewhere like Maui or Kauai. I don't even know how you pronounce the other one. But you could actually say Oahu is basically just like being in LA or any American city, or just any city in general, because there's actually a mountain range which separates the city from the actual countryside, the nice bit of Oahu. So I went to Oahu and stayed in a hotel in Hilton Hawaiian Village on Waikiki Beach. It was quite nice. I sadly don't have any pictures, I will explain that because they're all on my mum and dad's phones, but yeah, it was quite nice. Just search up like Hilton Hawaiian Village on Google and you'll get like nice pictures of it. So Waikiki Beach isn't really what I expected. I thought like you could do a lot more on it, but it's really just for the sunbathers. Like there's no waves in the sea or anything, and it's quite expensive to rent stuff there. So I was on Waikiki Beach for about 3 days. Then we rented a Chevrolet Camaro, and basically convertible, by the way. We just basically drove around the island. You can basically just drive around the island like in a whole day and like basically see everything there is to see. We rented that, went up to a very nice beach, probably the nicest beach I've ever seen. And can I just point out that I was wearing my swimming trunks like the whole day because they were like the most comfy and like most convenient. If I was actually going to go swimming, I didn't really have to change. And I basically I bought myself a boogie board for $15 because you get, the only other way you can do it is actually sorry, I was whispering there because somebody was walking past, and it's nobody of my family and I don't want them to hear me. Basically to rent a boogie board it was $40. So I just bought one out of Walmart for $15. I didn't bring it home because it was too big. I was going to bring it home, but yeah, it was too big. So I did that. I was in the sea for about half an hour, and then I felt something in my pocket, which, surprise, surprise, was my phone. Yeah, it's pretty obvious where this here goes. iPhone, Samsung, anything that's not a Nokia, it's not really going to survive in the water that long. Like a Nokia is barely actually going to survive either. I will have another gameplay on screen now, because I've just went overdue of this here gameplay. So the phone didn't survive. All my photos were lost. All of San Francisco and some of the Big Island. Very upsetting. So yeah, that there's what happened. quite annoyed at that, but yeah, otherwise the beach was actually quite good. So then we got back in the car, we drove on up to the North Shore, and the North Shore also was not what I expected. I thought I was going to imagine like 50-foot waves and stuff, but it's not really that. The North Shore is actually more of 10-foot waves, but they don't actually do the curling thing. It's more just big, heavy, strong waves that just keep on crashing against the beach, and yeah, you have to be very strategic of how you get out at least 10 meters. So I had fun there with the boogie board again. I actually looked at one of the photos that my mum took of me, and literally the wave swallowed me. I actually couldn't see myself, but I was in that wave, I can tell you that. So we got back in the car, and then we drove on down to some town up at the North Shore. I don't know what it was called. We had a nice dinner. It's quite nice. Very expensive, as every meal in America is quite expensive. Then we got the car back into Honolulu, and basically after that we had 2 or more days in Hawaii where we did basically nothing. So we flew out of Honolulu and we basically flew over to LA, and LA was quite interesting for me. I was only there for 3 or 4 days, but it was quite interesting because I play GTA quite a lot. I also do play Black Ops 3, just to let it out there, as this is a COD channel. But it was quite interesting seeing the landmarks that are in LA that are also in GTA. I went to the Griffin Observatory, I don't know what it's called in GTA. Went to Del Perro Pier, also known as Santa Monica Pier. Went to Venice Beach, Vespucci Beach. Where else did I go? I was on Hollywood Boulevard, Vinewood Boulevard. I was on Sunset Boulevard, don't know what it is, in GTA. And yeah, that was basically it. One thing that surprised me is Donald Trump is actually on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood Boulevard, and I don't know if it's the Donald Trump that everybody knows that's going for president, but he was on that. He was on the Walk of Fame, and that was quite surprising. So yeah, that there was my American Hawaiian holiday. I really did much enjoy it. It was nearly 3 weeks long. So yeah, school in a few days, not really looking forward to it. But anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts in the comment section guys, and I will see you in the next video.